already talked about the three main counselling approaches and the main themes of the humanistic approach. Now let's break down the psychodynamic approach.
Yes, psychodynamic therapy is a therapeutic approach and theory developed and recognised by theorists such as Sigmund Freud, Carl Jung, Melanie Klein, Heinz Kahut, Alfred Adler, and of course there are many others.
So let's name some of the psychodynamic terminology and how it considers mental health. We have words such as the unconscious process, transference, countertransference.
Yeah, there's defence mechanisms, there's denial and dreams. Yeah.
There's the OEDIPUS complex, repression, free association.
And there's the compulsion to repeat.
Isn't that the one that you suffer from? Always.
Always. These theories looked at how our behaviour and feelings are affected by unconscious motives that are rooted in our childhood experiences.
Yes, and these unconscious motives are called the id and the superego.
Yes. And they're in constant conflict with the conscious part of the mind.
And that conscious part of the mind is called the ego.
And it is this conflict that creates anxiety, which is dealt with the ego's use of defence mechanisms.
Ego's use of defence mechanisms? What the hell's all that about?
I don't know.
I didn't think you did.
You can explain that one, Riz.
Right. Now, let me explain to you, Debs. The id, Debs, is like a child. Like when you want instant gratification for your needs and wants. And when they are not met, you become tense and anxious.
Okay.
Like when you couldn't wait for the waiter to refill your champagne glass the other day and you had to drink out of mine instead.
Such a liar. That is
selfishness.
not true.
It's unbelievable.
Shocking.
Now it's the ego that behaves like the reality checker. It is a mediator that deals with the desires and pressures from the instant gratification that the child wants. And it's the ego that recognises that other people have wants and needs too.
So can you tell the viewers I didn't take your champagne and that I was able to delay gratification?
All right, Debs.
Please.
Now, for the purposes of this video, that is true. And that it was your ego allowing you to do that. And we call that self-regulation. So the other unconscious motive that develops last is called the superego. And this is based on the rights and wrongs.
Do you mean like morals and judgments?
Yes.
So my superego helped me to recognise that it was not good for me to help myself to the champagne because I knew on some level that it was wrong and potentially embarrassing.
Yes, it would have been really embarrassing for you, Debs. So, yes, Debbie, you were able to self-regulate.
Great. So, Riz, what you've clarified is that it creates demands, the ego gives a reality check, and the superego provides morality.
And these three made-up parts are called a tripartite.
Yes, so that's the id, the ego, and the superego.
Brilliant. Okay, well, that clarifies that. So moving on, to further dynamic therapy, it is a commonly used therapy to treat depression and anxiety disorders. Freud's psychoanalysis is a specific form of psychodynamic therapy, and in its classic approach, psychoanalysis can be a lengthy process. You would be meeting a psychoanalyst who would be typically a blank screen, and a patient would visit them anything from 2 to 5 sessions a week over a period of several years.
Yes, psychodynamic therapy aims to turn you inside out and put you back together again. It's the most complex of all the talking therapies, and it's had the most influence on most other popular theories. Unlike psychoanalysis, meeting several times per week, modern psychodynamic therapists generally meet their clients once a week. But if you're in crisis, you could be invited to meet more than once a week.
Yes, the psychodynamic approach believes that people are cured by gaining insight, by bringing their unconscious thoughts and motivations into conscious awareness and picking up hidden meanings and patterns that are shared in each session.
Yes, so the aim is to also release repressed emotions and experiences It is widely used to help clients recognise and understand how unconscious factors affect their current relationships and their patterns of behaviour.
So this therapeutic process also helps you resolve and understand your problems with relationships, both past and present, by increasing awareness of your inner world. It's different from other therapies because its aim is for deep-seated change in your personality and your emotional development.
Yes, the goal is to help you understand serious psychological disorders and work towards changing deep-rooted complex distress, particularly feelings of loss. It also helps you to see the way in which you have developed defence mechanisms as a way of coping. And this therapy helps to change those patterns.
Yes, that's true, Debs. However, this theory is not just limited to those with extreme mental health problems like yourself. There are many people who experience a loss of meaning and who are looking for more peace and contentment. And this kind of therapy can be very useful for that.
Sure. Yes, so like all therapies, the therapeutic relationship is considered paramount to the process. And in psychodynamic therapy, the relationship helps to highlight how you interact in all your relationships by allowing you to transfer your feelings of significant others onto the therapist. And it can illuminate how your early life relationships still affect you today.
Yes, and it's this looking into your landscape and exploring with you your interpersonal relationships and how it supports you to see your part, how patterns and dynamics, including games, become acted out in your current life. And through exploration, you become empowered to transform these dynamics into healthier patterns of relating.
So fundamentally, the goal of psychodynamic therapy is to encourage self-awareness and understanding of the influence of your past onto your present behaviour.
Great.